Hey there. Although I am involved with CADAC, the Center of ADHD Awareness Canada, the views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of the participants and do not reflect those of CADAC. And now, cue the music.
This is the Impulsive Thinker Podcast, a show for high-achieving ADHD entrepreneurs. Together, we will inform and educate you about how to improve your self-awareness while developing systems, routines, and habits for conquering the entrepreneurial world. Here is your host, Andre Brisson.
Hey there, it's Andre with another Impulsive Thinker Podcast short. This episode is brought to you by CADAC, the Center of ADHD Awareness Canada. You can get more information on CADAC at www.caddac.ca. This Monday, you heard me talking to Santina about how ADHD emotions can affect progress. And I thought I'd share with you how relevant that is, especially with my entrepreneurial journey. At the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey, yes, I was always accused of being sensitive. You take things a little too seriously, just relax. They didn't really mean it that way. Yet it didn't really affect me as much. I had some episodes where it was not very cool and people can forget it, but the frequency was a lot less at the beginning. Until I approached the end of Jade Engineers and starting the new partnership I was getting into. Now, I was bored with Jade Engineers, the first engineering company, and I was sabotaging a bunch of stuff. So my emotional dysregulation was starting to affect things with the boredom. You know, I really created a lot of stories of clients not liking us, or I created stories that they were, found smaller reasons for them to not be good clients, and just so I can have fires to put out. But I was the arsonist, I was creating the fires, and I was creating the chaos because my brain was looking for that motivation. Anyways, when I got into this partnership, there's a lot of gaslighting going on. The problem was, they approached me, they needed my skill set to help them solve a customer service issue they've been having with their service department, with the equipment that I'm an expertise in. So they gave me the list. What I did wrong was I fixed that problem with clients and everything else with new systems within 6 months, and that ruffled some feathers. I should have taken 5 years to do it, honestly. But I did in 6 months, initiated change, customers were happy, we were making money. Now, the partnership company I was in, some of the employees didn't really appreciate that and they started to gaslight me. So there, my emotions took over, which actually was the beginning stages of my life tempest. You've heard me mention that before, where my ADHD symptoms controlled me and they dominated my emotions. I was no longer my usual logical, objective, rational self that I was highly respected for in the engineering field and the construction site field, even though it rubbed off wrong on other engineers because I simplified stuff and I can get to solutions a lot quicker. Yet, not being in control of my emotions kept me in an emotional mind, and my rational mind was no longer nearby, and therefore I could not be in a wise mind. Funny, that's a DBT therapy thing, and I think I will do an episode about that because I think it's really important. But to go back to this, now I'm going back to this because I got some notes written down that keeps me on track. So there's a little secret. So if you can jot down some ideas what you think, we can stay on track. So to go back to this, now being overreactive emotionally, and I mean rages, the emotions just take over. I make impulsive, immediate assumptions, decisions, fire customers, fire staff, get rid of projects, get projects done. So being this overreactive emotional mind affected many business decisions where I just impulsive spending on stuff that was not required or stuff that I could not afford at the time, drain the bank, and then I was strapped for cash again, which actually I kind of like that because I put a fire in my butt so I can figure out new ways to make more money. But it was a feast or famine thing. Not very fun to do, and then your staff starts to wonder what the hell is going on. What's going to happen? Are we going to be out of business? Oh, we got money. So that's not fun. It also affected my client decisions made with clients, quick decisions if they're corrupt or whatnot. Long-time customers I had no reasons to not trust. I created reasons to not to trust them. Project decisions. If I was disrupted and I didn't want to deal with this problem, this construction site, I actually tell them where to put it and delay the project so I can just keep on with what I wanted to do. And then my caring meter caring about stuff meter was very, very not good. I was not caring about a lot of stuff because I was just not happy, continuously gaslit, ashamed of the decision to get into this bad partnership. I knew subconsciously it was bad, yet I still pursued it because it was interesting and a new opportunity of starting something new. And again, this life tempest was all while I was undiagnosed. So the areas of my uncontrolled emotions affecting, let's look at the business sense first. Staff. I think in the business sense, my staff suffered the most. The berating, the emotional explosions, the very direct, harsh commentaries and not listening to them, they suffered the most. And honestly, because of that, I did lose good people. And I regret it to this day. There's not much I can do except to apologize for them. I would love to have them back, and I don't blame them not wanting to come back, because what if it occurs again? And I completely get it, because I was not a good person. It affected recurring work. Being moody and being pissy and coming up with wild ideas and accusations, why would the customers want to come back and provide recurring work? That affected income. So I guess clients and recurring work, having these conversations and these attitudes with the client, they didn't want to come back. So that affected recurring work, the bottom line, and even suppliers were starting to say, I'm too busy, I don't want to deal with you. They would tell me they wouldn't want to deal with me, but that's in effect what they were doing. They didn't want to deal with us, so they kept claiming that they're busy. Now, the other area of my uncontrolled emotions affecting progress was also the progress personally. I forgot to put this one, but I'll just add this on now. But the first one I have is friends. Friends didn't want to be around me, didn't know what kind of say, what was going to come out of my mouth. Man, the stuff that came out of my mouth, because my caring meter about stuff was so low, I didn't really care. People were ticking me off, I just call it out. Call a spade, and like one friend told me, I never called a spade, I always called it an effing shovel. Now, the other thing that really affected this was my wife and my kids. The relationship with them got greatly affected, and it's been 4 or 5 years now, and it's getting better, but I still got a lot of work to do. And ultimately, the one that took the biggest hit throughout this was me, myself, my self-esteem, my self-confidence. My ability to believe in myself got destroyed. So my ability to believe in myself and the mindset to just do whatever needed to be done was destroyed. And those were the mindsets that were key to my success. So my undiagnosed ADHD will help with that. But this life tempest just destroyed my self-confidence. Now that I know what I know, it's still a struggle. I am aware of the emotional dysregulation. I am aware when my brain wants to take over. And it's still difficult to keep that under wraps and under control. I'm getting a lot of help with the dialectical behavioral therapy I'm in for this year at the time of recording. On DBT training, teaching you skills on how to talk down or deal with conflicts, interpersonal effectiveness, mindfulness, and distress tolerance, which is the next module I'm really looking forward to. But anyways, I thought I'd just share with you how my emotional dysregulation affected my progress during my life tempest that initiated this whole journey of being diagnosed with ADHD and Asperger's on the autism spectrum disorder spectrum. Entrepreneurs in general are highly emotional. That is a known fact. Throw an ADHD in there, since we feel emotions so intensely, we react immediately. We just need to understand how the brain works and how we can trick the brain and try to minimize it. You know what? To say that we can stop it, I think is a false. It's definitely, you're going to fail. But where we can minimize the effect, because our brain has a hard time stopping things, but the sooner we can get that, emotion dysregulation starting, how quickly can I stop it? I think is key to all this. Thanks for listening, babbling about this. If this resonated with you, or you think someone else could benefit from this episode, please share it with 2 or 3 people. Please leave me a comment and a rating. It would help the great, so this could reach other people. And I want to hear from you. You can email me at questions@theimpulsivethinker.com or at the website. It would be greatly appreciated. Talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to the Impulsive Thinker podcast. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion for the show, please visit theimpulsivethinker.com. The Impulsive Thinker podcast is produced by Tactical Breakthroughs and hosted by Andre Brisson. Remember, ADHD is only a part of you, not all of you.